Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swamini Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimiradasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshuruniritamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadan Vitham Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraga Paramaha Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. That is the king of secrets, Raja Guphyam. So in Bhagavad Gita, we have now successfully started the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. So in this chapter has 34 slokas. Every sloka, Krishna is going to give us so much of knowledge in this chapter. Of course, every chapter, all the slokas are full of knowledge only. When we study Bhagavad Gita, the king of science, it gives the complete knowledge what we need. And we cannot compare this Bhagavad Gita with religion, basically. Science. We can't do such things with physics, chemistry, or biology, or any science subjects what we study. Same thing applies to Bhagavad Gita also. So whatever Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita, it's about nature. The modes of material nature, Prakriti. Prakriti means it's nature. And Prakriti is same for everyone, everywhere, all over not only in this earth, even if we go to any other place where the living entities are there. Of course, we know that this universe here itself, there are so many universes, there are so many galaxies, so many means it's countless, limitless, that's it. So, beyond our counts, we cannot even count. We cannot even say for certain that this is the number of galaxies, because our mind can only think to certain extent only. We cannot think more than that. For example, there is a frog story, like a frog in a well. Maybe you met a frog in an ocean, for example. If you go and talk to a frog in a well and talk about the water in the ocean, then it will only compare to the size of the well only. So it can ask, how big is that ocean? So it can be 10 times this well, or 100 times, or 1,000 times. That much only it can think. But is there any way we can imagine that, like in terms of the number of times the size of the well with a huge big ocean? So not. So like that, this universe, we are all like frogs in this well. We are trying to compare everything what we see with what we are experiencing in this earth. Even the scientists, even with all kinds of telescopes and everything what we have, even we can send the telescopes to the space and look at whatever we do, everything is beyond imagination. We can't even think about it. It's beyond we cannot even conceive. Inconceivable, that's it. So, in this is all about material world. Just the material world only. What to talk about the spiritual world? Spiritual world is much, much, much bigger than this. And there are so many living entities. Souls are enjoying in spiritual world. They're all enjoying the permanent blissful life in the spiritual world, which we cannot see from here. This material world itself, we cannot see everything. That's what I was just explaining. But spiritual world, we cannot see from here at all. That's what we need to understand. Because there is no sun there. There is no moon there. So we can see here from this earth, all these galaxies and all such things to the certain extent, whatever knowledge we have, that's all because they are all sending lights here. It takes light years. That means that itself is, when we talk about years itself, we are talking in terms of light year itself is a huge number because we are not able to compare with the years in this earth. That's why we say that this sun is, this star is at so many light years away, all such things. So we need to understand that wherever we go, whichever planet we go and take birth, because the soul can travel anywhere. So the soul can take birth in any planet. Even we can go to the sun planet and take a body in the sun, which can withstand the temperature of the sun. So body, you can get a fire body, a body made up of fire. So because this Panchabhuta, our body is made up of this Panchabhuta only. So then it can be even withstand the temperature of the sun also. So like that, there are the souls, living entities can take any type of body anywhere. Right. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge applies there also. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge applies in all the material worlds, everywhere. It applies in the spiritual world because we understand whatever about the spiritual world in this Bhagavad Gita, it is the same in the spiritual world. So it applies to spiritual world because Krishna says that if we go to Krishna's world, Goloka, that means we will not come back to this material world at all. So that is very much applicable. So that way this Bhagavad Gita is eternal science. It is Abhyayam. So it is Sanatana. So it is eternal. That's what this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. And we are also eternal, the soul. So Sanatana. Mamevamsi Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So we need to understand that this science is applicable to everyone, whether we believe it or not. That is the main thing. So only in terms of believing only, we are bringing into all kinds of religions and faith and all such things. So that is only based upon only individual's faith, what a person believes or not. But scientific laws, scientific nature, everything what we are studying in the other subjects, there are so many, all the big universities, they all have big departments. Any university you take, any big university you take, they will have on the first year, second year for the undergraduate, the very first year, they will teach only physics, chemistry, biology, those subjects only they will teach. These are all core curriculum. Any major university, wherever you go, the first year they are supposed to study all these things. Then only they can take their disciplines, like if it is whatever disciplines they want to specialize it. But these things are taught wherever we go. It is the same subject, same laws, everything are the same, whatever they teach. So it is applicable. So we cannot just say that this belongs to only a particular set of people who have faith on this, not like that. So we need to understand that Bhagavad Gita is also like that, not only like that, it's much more than the science what we are studying. It's much, much higher than the science. Because all these science only, they are called as Jada Vidya. It's all about the material world, the knowledge about the matter. So that's what Jada Vidya. Vidya is knowledge, Jada is matter. So the knowledge of matter, that's what is the Jada Vidya, what we go and study. Whereas Adhyatma Vidya, Atma Vidya. So that is the knowledge about the soul, Atma Vidya. So that's what Krishna is using the word, right? Vidyanam. Krishna is saying that Atma. So about the so Krishna is Adhyatma, Vidya is Krishna. That's what. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge about ourself. So we need to get this knowledge. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana. That's what Krishna says. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana. So of all the knowledge, I am the knowledge about the self, knowledge about the soul. So that's what Krishna says. So this Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge about our own self. If we don't study and understand this Bhagavad Gita, simply only understand about this matter, there is no use. Material knowledge is not going to help the soul. Understanding so much about this material world, material knowledge, this science, all such things, it is of no use to the individual soul, because we need to understand, we need to realize that we are bound by the three modes of material nature in this material body. Sattvam, Rajas, Tama, Iti, Gunaha, Prakriti, Sambhavaha, Nibadhananti Mahabhahu, Dege, Deginam, Avyayam. So we are Nibadhananti, we are bound. So the mode of goodness, patience and ignorance, Sattva, Rajas, Tama. So these three modes of material nature are binding us to this material body. How to stop that? It is very important. When we die, when we leave this body, we are going to get another body like this, another body. We don't know whether it's a human body. It can be any body, any animal body also. It all depends upon what we are going to think at the time of death, what we are going to remember at the time of death. So this human body, this life should be used to stop that happening, to stop getting another material body. We need to bring that to an end. That's what is very important. We talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and all such things. We think ourselves very proud and all such things. What is the use? First of all, even we don't even have the natural intelligence. So the so-called intelligence, what we think that by solving the mathematical problems or analyzing something, so that's called intelligence. No, that's not intelligence. Intelligence means not having any attachment to the temporary miserable world, not having any attachment to the bhoga and aishwarya. So that's what is called intelligence. So that means not having any attachment to the material world means having attachment to Krishna. That is what is called intelligence. Having that devotion, that bhakti, that love on Krishna. So we need to have that. So there should be unconditional, unalloyed love unto Krishna. So that is what is called intelligence. Anyone who is very much fond of Krishna, who has the knowledge of Krishna, who understands that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, without any doubt, he is the most intelligent person. So that's why Krishna says that Vyavasayatmika buddhiki ekeka kurunandana. So a person who is resolute in determination, his intelligence is single focus. That's it, ekeka kurunandana. Whereas Bahusa Kahi Anantasya Buddhayo Avyavasayana. So that's what we need to understand. So our intelligence should not be many branched. It should be only one. It should be focused only on Krishna. So that should be based on this Bhagavad Gita only. So that way we need to first of all gain our own natural spiritual intelligence. We should call it as SI. So we call it as AI, but where is SI? Spiritual intelligence. That's what we need to have. So if that is lacking, so everything is material intelligence, is of no use. So when we compare artificial intelligence, compare with the material intelligence, but we need the spiritual intelligence, SI. So that is very important. So we need to have that. We need to have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So then Krishna is saying that I give the knowledge, I give the buddhi, I give the intelligence, I give the memory power. Everything Krishna is giving. Buddhir jnanam asammoga. So Krishna is saying that buddhi jnanam asammoga sama satyam dama samaga sukham dukkham bhava bhavo bhayam cha bhayam eva cha samata tustigi tapodanam yaso yasaga bhavanti bhava bhutana mattayeva pratak vidana. So Krishna is saying that all these different types of bhavas is matta eva pratak vitaga. It's coming from me only. That's what Krishna is teaching. So everything is coming from Krishna. So that way, Krishna gives us everything. Krishna gives us the memory, knowledge, intelligence, power, energy, whatever we want, whatever we have, everything is coming from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And we need to have that knowledge to gain control over our mind. Otherwise, our mind is controlling us all the time. That's not at all good for us. If we let our mind control us, we are not going to do anything good. It's not at all good for us. We need to make sure that we control our mind. Our mind is our friend. That's very important. So that happens by Krishna's causeless mercy with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only it happens. So if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we can control our mind. If you have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we can develop unconditional, unalloyed devotion unto Krishna. If you have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so that means we are having the mercy of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is nothing but that we are connected very much with Krishna and we are able to receive unlimited mercy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is ultimate. So I have mentioned in the past also many times that Bhagavad Gita and Krishna are one and the same. They are not different. So for us, we are able to feel Krishna's presence. We are able to listen to Krishna, get connected with Krishna through this Bhagavad Gita knowledge and through his name. So by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by focusing our mind on the transcendental sound vibration, and by having this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, by understanding this Bhagavad Gita and doing everything based on Krishna's instructions given in Bhagavad Gita. So that way we will be able to connect ourselves with Krishna. There's so much of opportunities for us to please Krishna. We have to get together, we have to plan, we have to act. So that should be our primary goal in our life, only to spread Krishna's message, nothing else. We are a very unique set of devotees, team of devotees, that Krishna has identified all of us to come together and serve him. And still there are many more such devotees are there. Still there are thousands of such devotees in the world. So we need to go after them and identify them and bring them and serve Krishna in a very big revolutionary way, only based on the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, not getting affected by whatever is happening in this material world. That should not bother us. That should not affect us, because we should be able to stand ourselves in the transcendental platform with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita takes us to that level. It is taking us. So that way, this is the highest knowledge. We unfortunately no universities offering, and these materialistic universities, they cannot offer any such degrees on Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna himself is offering to us. So this is Krishna's university. So this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has selected us and to study this Bhagavad Gita, and we are studying very sincerely. And I'm sure we will make continuous progress like what we are doing right now. And definitely our life will be this life very useful life. Because whatever we are doing every day, doing this time, this studying Bhagavad Gita, we are making progress. Even if it is little every day, but it is all adding up. So by joining this Bhagavad Gita on Zoom every day for years and years, so if you count, if you accumulate all of them, it's going to be huge progress towards Krishna. Our lifestyle changes completely. Our preferences are changing. Our goals are changing. Everything are changing towards Krishna. Everything are converging towards Krishna. Our materialistic thoughts are going away. Our materialistic interests are not there anymore. So everything is becoming spiritual. For us, everything is Krishna. And with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are not affected by anything. Because the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is the binding force. It's binding all of us. Krishna. So Krishna is at the center. So as long as we all keep Krishna in the center and play by Krishna's flute, Krishna's songs, instructions, this Bhagavad Gita, so things are going to go very good. Everything will be taken care very nicely by Krishna's mission. So we have successfully finished 2 slokas in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So the most confidential knowledge. So what we have studied until now, So by Krishna's mercy, in this sloka number, first sloka in the 9th chapter, what we studied, Krishna taught us that Shri Bhagavan Vacha Idam Thute Guhyatamam Pravakshyamyanasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam Yajnatva Mokshashe Subha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, today to you I am explaining this most confidential knowledge because you are not envious of me. Idam tuthe guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave. So the qualification to receive this Bhagavad Gita is to believe in Krishna, not envious of Krishna. To have faith on Krishna. Shraddhaval labate jnanam. So a faithful person will get the knowledge. And I am explaining to you both theoretical and practical knowledge, both theory and practice. Jnana vinyana sahitam. Yajnatva mokshashaya subhat. By knowing this, there is nothing else is there for you to know. By knowing this, you will be freed from the miseries of material existence. In another sloka, 7th chapter, 2nd sloka, Krishna said that Yajnatva neka bhuyo ned jnatavyam avasisade. By knowing this, there is nothing else is there for you to know. Jnanam tegam sa vijnanam idam vakshyami asesataga yajnatva neka bhuyo ned jnatavyam avasisade. So, same thing here, Krishna is saying that I am giving you the theoretical and practical knowledge. By knowing this, you are freed from the miseries of material existence, from the pangs of material miseries. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. What does that mean? When we are all studying Bhagavad Gita every day, so what does that mean to us? What Krishna is teaching us? So, etam tude guhyatamam pravakshami anashuyave. Today, Krishna is teaching us this Bhagavad Gita because we are not envious of Krishna. That means that we are Krishna's devotees. That's the reason we are sitting here and we are listening, we are studying Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is giving us all the knowledge what we need. And Krishna is saying that by knowing this, we are freed from the material miseries of material existence. So that means when we all have get this knowledge, full knowledge, we are not going to suffer anymore. We are not going to struggle anymore. Because Krishna is there with us. Krishna is there with us to take care of us in each and every moment in our life. So there is no need to worry about anything. We will leave everything to Krishna and do everything for Krishna and that way enjoy. So there is the real enjoyment. So in the next sloka, what we studied in the second sloka in the 9th chapter, what we studied yesterday. This is a sloka which I am referring every day. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. So this Bhagavad Gita is the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. It is the king of secret, king of confidential knowledge, Raja Guhyam. And it's the purest knowledge, Pavitram. Krishna already mentioned in the 4th chapter, Naki jnanena sadarsam pavitram miha vidyate. Tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindati. So there is nothing else is purer than this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That's what Naki jnanena. Krishna didn't say that this Bhagavad Gita is the purest knowledge. Krishna said that there is nothing else is purer than this Bhagavad Gita. So pavitram, idam uttamam. This is the topmost knowledge. And we can directly see ourselves. We can perceive ourselves with this knowledge, this religion, this dharmyam. So it is pratyaksha vagamam dharmyam. And susikam kartum. It is most joyfully performed. That's why every sloka, even when we keep on listening to this again and again, we are enjoying so much. It's not boring at all. This sloka is coming from Krishna, given by Krishna, the song of God. So even for hours when we talk, when we listen, that's what we are doing every day. The same slokas I'm repeating many, many times. But we are all enjoying because we are listening to Krishna. So that's why it is Susukam Kartam. Just because it is giving us so much of enjoyment, we are sitting, coming here and sitting for hours every day and studying this Bhagavad Gita. Because the only reason that all of us are enjoying now. Susukam Kartum. Avyayam. So it is the everlasting knowledge. So it is, as I mentioned earlier, this knowledge is Sanatanaga, it is Avyayam and Sanatana Dharma, and it is applicable to each and every planet in this universe. Wherever we go, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is applicable. So this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Now, in the next sloka, in the sloka number 3, what we are studying in the 9th chapter. Ashrabdadana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Samsaravatmani. Ashraddha, anyone who has no faith on this Bhagavad Gita. Ashraddhadana Purushaka Dharmasya. This Bhagavad Gita is Dharma. This Bhagavad Gita is Yoga. So, in the previous sloka, Krishna said that it is the king of knowledge. It's the most king of secrets. It's the purest knowledge, topmost knowledge. And one can directly perceive himself with this knowledge, and which can be joyfully performed. And it's everlasting knowledge. And anyone who has no faith on this knowledge, that's what Asraddhadana Purushaka Dharmasyasya Parantapa, O conqueror of enemies, Parantapa. Anyone who has no faith on this knowledge, he cannot reach me. He cannot aprapya mam, without coming to me, without reaching me, without achieving me. Nivattante, he will come back where? Mrityu samsara vatmani. So this material world where there is death is certain, Mrityu is death. Mrityu samsara vatmani. That means he is going to take another body which is going to die. We should take another body which should be permanent. We should not die. That can happen only if we go to Golokam. If we come back to this material world, we are going to die again for sure. So Krishna is saying, also we studied, Krishna said in the 4th chapter also, Agnyascha, Asraddhadanascha, Dharmaya, Asraddhadanascha. So Samsayatma Vinashyati. So a doubtful person who has no faith, who has no knowledge, so he is destroyed. So Agnyascha Ashraddhadanascha Samsayatma Vinasyati. Nayam lokosi naparo nasukam samsayatmaga. For such a doubtful person, not only in this world, even in any other world also, he will not find any happiness. That's why Nayam lokosi naparo nasukam samsayatmaga. So for us, we have so much faith on Krishna. That's why we are here. So for us, there is a place for us in Goloka. We don't have to think about anything else. We are definitely going to Krishna as well. So those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished sloka number 3 in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So we are going to chant 2 rounds of mantra, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. So wherever our mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, we must withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So that means we need to bring it back and focus on the transcendental sound vibration. That's what we are going to do. We are just going to watch where our mind is going to go. Wherever it goes, bring it back and focus on the sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurumi Nittamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. If any devotee has any question, you can use the raise hand option. Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
Hare Krishna. By Krishna's costless mercy, I'm fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, I have no questions for today, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I think there was a question in the chat window. Somebody posted a question.
Oh, really, Prabhu? That's good, Prabhu. Thank you for reminding. Okay. Yes,
Hare Krishna. Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, the question is, who is Radha? Why did Krishna not marry with Radha? What happened to Radha after Krishna left her? Who is Radha? Who is Rukmini? So we need to understand that Radha is Krishna's internal potential. So Atma Rama. So that's what we understand from Brahma Samhita, that Krishna's external potential is this Maya. So which has come from Krishna's own internal potential. There is Radha. So there is Rama Devi. Basically, Rama Devi is what? Krishna's eternal consort. So she is with Krishna all the time in Goloka. So she only is Radha, basically. So, but we are thinking about in the material platform that why did Krishna not marry with Radha, all such things. So we should not be, Krishna's birth itself is very, very special. So there is, Krishna says that Ajopisan Avyayatma Bhutanam Iswaropisan Prakritim Swamadistaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. So that's what his own internal potential. So Krishna's appearance here is divine. So Janma Karmacha made Divyam. So it is divine. So not like our birth. Krishna did not take birth like us, bound by three modes of material nature in this body. So as I mentioned in the sloka today, Sattvam Rajastama iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha nibandhananti mahabahu deginam avyam. That is the case with us. So for us, we are bound inside this material body by the three modes of material nature. But Krishna, it is not like that. So Krishna just came directly himself, and Krishna's internal energy, so internal potential, so Krishna's eternal concern. So there is Rama Devi. So that's what she came as Radha. So that way, we should not be thinking in the material platform that why did Krishna not marry Radha, all such things. What we are trying to, the mistake what we are making is that we are thinking Krishna as like ourselves. So that's where is the problem. Sometimes people also ask question that how can Krishna marry so many wives? How he can have so many wives? And how he can do Rasa Leela? All such things people ask because they are all thinking in the material platform only. We are thinking that Krishna is also like us. So that's where we are making problem. So Krishna is the super soul. Krishna is there in each and everyone's heart. So we need to realize, understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of God, and he's eternally married to Radha only. He's eternally Radha with Krishna. That's why we see everywhere Radha Krishna, everywhere the Radha picture, Radha Mataji is there every time with Krishna. So that way, this question itself is not relevant. So there is no need for any answer for such questions because Krishna's pastimes are as Krishna himself. He's say that achintya. Achintya means it is beyond thinking. It's inconceivable. So such kind of questions based upon our material understanding, material platform. So that's why we are asking. So I hope you understand that answer. Hare Krishna. So maybe let me unmute you. I think I don't see that number anymore. So I'm not able to unmute you. Hare Krishna. Ipsa Mataji, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy, we are studying Bhagavad Gita every day. Yes, ma'am.
Today's class was very nice, actually. Whatever means that materialistic knowledge doesn't grow us. That is not the proper way of living life.
That is correct. That's what we are thinking. Our life is like that, but it is useless. Completely useless. No use. Yes, ma'am. So
by
that's why
gaining
parents...
Bhagavad Gita knowledge.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, sir. By gaining Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will be in the right path.
That is true. That's why parents should impart this kind of knowledge to the children. So we should provide such opportunities for everyone. Definitely the schools are not going to provide, but we can do that. Krishna's mercy. Yes, Mataji. We have a tremendous opportunity to do that. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. I think you got muted.
We wanted to read Bhagavad Gita and all.
Yes.
She has now in Instagram also many things in ISKCON. She sees the shorts and all. She's very interested now. She's still interested in reading Bhagavad Gita. I want to read.
This time, like during school days, it's better to read Bhagavad Gita and memorize the slokas. Once in the college, then they can understand the scientific philosophy of Bhagavad Gita very well. Just memorizing the slokas is very important. Yes, ma'am.
True, Guruji. Initial, in starting, we start means our actually that roots will go deeper.
Especially we
can
should
gain-
start teaching them reading, writing Sanskrit. Sanskrit language is must starting from a very childhood age. So that's very important. So then it's going to be very easy.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Urmila
Guruji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. I just love today's explanations, and they're so apt and so true. We really need to go beyond the material world as you have explained.
Yes.
And one thing new that I carry back today is about, that the soul even going up to the other planets. This is totally something which I had not read or heard about. Well, I think I need to explore it more. Thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
so much.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Lalita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the explanation, Guruji.
Thank
It was
you,
very
Mataji.
nice that just like artificial intelligence, even spiritual intelligence also
Yes.
it's required for everyone should have that knowledge. So that will keep us in the right path, I feel.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. That's
Guruji.
correct. That's what is very important. But unfortunately, that is missing from many people in this world. That's the problem.
Yeah. Now at least we are getting we are
We are
fortunate enough
getting, yes.
because of your effort. No, like we are in the right path, I feel now.
Yes,
We are
ma'am.
able to get the knowledge.
Krishna's causeless mercy, we are, yes, Mother. He's connecting all of us to be in Krishna consciousness every day. This Bhagavad Gita is keeping us in Krishna consciousness, no doubt, Mother.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Aruna Devi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Pranam.
Thank you for this, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Today, I understand, Prabhuji, Bhagavad Gita knowledge is eternal and Sanatana. Bhagavad Gita is much more than the knowledge of material knowledge, Jada Vidya.
Yes.
Adhyatma Vidya is Krishna. Knowing material knowledge is no use. We are bound to three gunas only. We are, when we die, we get another body. What we remember that time. Intelligence means not having attachment with material world. So attached to only to Krishna, we should have spiritual intelligence given by Krishna only. Everything is given by Krishna. Everything coming from Krishna only. The Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes.
We must control our mind. If we have knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can control our mind. Bhagavad Gita knowledge and Krishna are same. So we must know Bhagavad Gita knowledge and chant Mahamantra and surrender to Krishna only. We should be able to stand with Krishna. Leave everything to Krishna. He takes care of us because we are devotees of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita knowledge is topmost knowledge given by Krishna. This is everlasting knowledge wherever we go. Bhagavad Gita is dharma. Without Krishna, we are going to another body. If we have Bhagavad Gita knowledge, surrender to Krishna, we can go to Goloka. We are very fortunate having Bhagavad Gita knowledge and surrendering to Krishna, Supreme Godhead. Thank you for this. One more question, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Someone told to me, if we chant Mahamantra and read Bhagavad Gita, our ancestors also go to Goloka. Is it right, Prabhuji?
They can benefit, but it's each and every individual soul we need to think, we need to understand. That soul has to get freed from the modes of nature. So we can chant for others. Definitely for our sake, Krishna is going to provide all the opportunities to them, but they have to also individually make use of these opportunities. So we cannot we cannot chant for others. We cannot make them to get freed from the modes of nature. By every individual has to put that effort. So that way, Krishna's mercy will be there. So, for example, in your family, if one is a devotee, because he's a devotee, all other members in the family will get the benefit of that because he's a devotee of Krishna. So that's very important. So because to please his devotee, Krishna is taking care of everyone else, others surrounding the devotees. But it's very important that the others, they have to make use of this opportunity and come to the path of Krishna consciousness. That's very important to go to Goloka, because we already studied at length in the 8th chapter that it is applicable only to yogis. So we have to have devotional strength at the time of death to bring our life here between the eyebrows. So we have to remember Krishna. So all these things are needed. So definitely Krishna will help them, provide opportunities. Krishna is doing for everyone, but every individual soul has to get free from the modes of nature. That's very important. Yes, Mother. You understood, Mother?
Yes, Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Pranam, Mataji. Pranam. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. It's really nice to understand every day our dependency on Krishna, Guruji. Thank you so much for all your learnings and our learnings. Thank you,
Yes.
Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guruji, for a wonderful class and a very nice discussion that was taking place just now. Every soul is an individual, and every individual has to make efforts to reach to the final destination, that is the Goloka. Of course, the association with the devotees is always beneficial to achieve the goal, but the effort has to be made by the individual. That is very nicely explained, Guruji. So nice of you, Guruji. Thank you very much. I don't have any other question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam, Guruji.
Dandavat Pranams, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mohanan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Excellent class, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Excellent class. Very interesting slogas. And really enjoyed the class, Guruji.
Yes,
thank you so much, Guruji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class. I don't have any questions today, but thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhu. It's Krishna's causeless mercy. We are yes, Prabhu.
Any high-level learning from your Guruji in today's and yesterday's lecture? Guruji,
yes,
anything you want to share?
He was giving us so much knowledge about we have to realize that there are a lot of problems. Everyone is suffering. We need to see that because it's a material world is dukhalem, we know that, but we are trying to escape for sure with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But we need to see that there are a lot of sufferings going on here everywhere. So that was he was emphasizing on that. So we have to definitely, as devotees of Krishna, we should try to help our level best to help the others. That's the main thing.
Guruji, one thing I've felt is that the suffering is when you keep thinking that you're the body and you're not the soul, right? I mean, the minute you start thinking that you're the soul and you have to live in this body, the suffering kind of goes down quite a bit.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. We need to have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita means there is no dukkha. Dukkha is gone. So prasade sarva dukkhanam hanir. Dukkhanam hanir. Dukkha. So that suffering can go only with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So since we are having this knowledge, we are gaining this knowledge. So now we have to engage ourselves in all kinds of this yajna, dana, tapa, karma. So first thing is that we have to really, it's a very important service for us, that we have to really brainstorm and find out innovative ways to identify devotees. That's a very important thing. So I'm sure there are, if we are able to make very good plans, I'm sure in this lecture, whatever we are doing itself, there will be hundreds, there will be, if not thousands. So we need to only focus on that. So if we are able to succeed, so then a lot of good things we can plan. Yes, bro. The more devotees we have, the more strength we have. Correct? It's to serve Krishna.
That is true, Guruji.
Yes,
Thank
bro.
you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us
Thank
in
you.
Krishna consciousness.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji.
Yes. And another thing also, Prabhu, you asked a very important question. I am also thinking, like I was able to, he's a very, very busy, like lot of devotees always approach him, but some of Krishna's cast as much, I got the opportunity to talk with him at least for 5 minutes. So I told him like about this, and he said, do preaching, that's very important. So maybe even to get initiation, I think we have to figure it out. If some devotees, for us also who are attending our Bhagavad Gita class, maybe I think we need to, I think the only way, maybe if we can make our group very strong, very big, very huge, then I will be able to even approach him more. And then maybe we'll find out some kind of like guidelines. Maybe I can, once we have a big number of devotees, talk with him, because normally devotees wait for years and years to get initiation from him. So, but we will start working on that. I'm thinking I need to start working on that. Yes, it will take some years, but let's not worry. We'll wait, but Krishna will make that happen. You got it right?
Okay, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji, again.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Lisa Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Guruji, if we start with bhakti and devotion, the rest will automatically follow. The knowledge, understanding, everything will be taken care of by Krishna. My personal experience is that I started attending your Bhagavad Gita classes when you were in the middle of chapter 6.
Yes.
So chapters, yes, Guruji, chapter 6 and 7, I was just listening to and enjoying the feeling of happiness, the peace that I was getting, the feeling of contentment was there. But when you started chapter 8, I could feel the change and the shift. It just happened on its own. The understanding got better without any effort on my part. So I feel Krishna made it happen. And every day now I've started writing what I understand from the shloka that we learn for that particular day.
Yes.
And Guruji, yes, Guruji, and at home also, as we are offering prasadam to Krishna, we have stopped using onion and garlic. And everything, yes, Guruji, I feel everything is changing on its own towards more positivity. So, Guruji, I am every day enjoying and looking forward to your classes.
Yes.
Thank you so
Krishna
much for
will
your
give us
efforts.
a lot of spiritual strength to identify all the devotees, Mataji, which will
Yes,
happen.
Guruji.
That will be our only job, nothing else. That's what we will
Yes,
get.
Guruji.
So there is
And it is happening.
that, correct? That is what is very important. Yes,
Yes, Guruji. And all this is happening on its own. We just started with the classes, and over a period of time, it is just happening on its own.
Yes.
And
No doubt.
it is a very good feeling, Guruji. Thank you so much for your efforts.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Mataji. Sunil Shivas Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavad Pranam Guruji.
Dandavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Pranam Guruji, Dandavad Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you very much for the class, Guruji. Thank you for initiating us into Krishna consciousness. Even if we don't get formal initiation from any other Guruji, it doesn't matter for us. We are already initiated.
That is
we
correct,
don't-
Mother. We are on in Bhagavad Gita. We are definitely, you are right.
Yes,
Mother.
yes.
So Krishna will take care of other things. Formal
Krishna will
things.
take care of other formalities that
Yes.
really doesn't matter.
When the time comes, it will happen. Yes, Mother.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
We
Thank
will
you
only
for-
focus on identifying the devotees, Mother. That's it. All rest will Krishna will do. Take care. Yes, Mother.
Yes. Yes, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mother.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Really, we are enjoying the class. Really, the current chapter is really interesting. And today you have explained to devotees really wonderful how our close ones can get benefited by the Krishna consciousness, and they have to do their own effort. But our prayer will certainly give the positive things in their life, whether they are alive or they are in the boat. Really wonderful understanding, a wonderful feeling, wonderful explanation given to the devotees. Thank you, Guruji, for your blessings, teachings, and support to us for Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram. Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare
Hare
Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Subhalakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare.
But near my house, I'm putting door. So sound is so much of not here properly. So I sorry for the.
Yeah, later on you can YouTube recording. You can get it. Mother.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram. Thank you, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very interesting class, Guruji.
Yes,
Really,
ma'am.
we are enjoying. Krishna is the ocean of mercy. We should use our intelligence for remember Krishna all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, mind will grab us.
Yes, Mother.
Bhagavad Gita knowledge is the everlasting knowledge. Our real goal is to proceed and progress in this path.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
We are really grateful to you, Guruji, that you are keeping us in Krishna consciousness
Krishna is yes, ma'am.
regularly.
Mother. Krishna's
Thank you,
consciousness.
Guruji,
Thank you, Mataji.
for
Hare
all
Krishna.
your efforts and your motivation to us. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Rama.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Paliyappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today's class is really many new things you have brought forward to us.
Yes.
And really many things are very interesting.
Yes.
Even starting from our body can be made as fire also.
Yes.
That is something. That is something which is new to many of us. I think.
We think that we cannot live in sun. We can go and live in sun also. Yes.
Yeah, that is a very interesting thing. In addition, you have brought forward, it is a artificial intelligence is really artificial. There is no doubt about it. There are new thing people find out.
Yes.
And whereas the spiritual intelligence is really superior.
Yes.
Artificial is really, there is no, I feel is there any intelligence in that? That is why they call it as artificial itself. That is the basic thing which I felt when I go through that in technical terms, that really many things are found out already by old people, the similar way, what I felt. And another thing is, Bhagavad Gita is one which the science which gives many things, not only artificial intelligence. It is not only spiritual intelligence. It is giving us practically many things in our life.
Right. Yeah, it makes
That,
our life
since we, yes, that is more important. And today's lecture is giving us open our eyes in many ways. I felt. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Sastang Pranam.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rumbo Nandi, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mani Prabhu. Listen to Prabhupada's Kirtan now. Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,